Batas International Media. www.batasmedia.com. From the Philippines to the world, for the glory of God and service to mankind.
Bagong alyansang tagapagtaguyod ng adhikaing sambayanan.
Global Junior Academy ancestors technically our shared
Better Globe is all about putting the green back in our environment while helping lives get better.
I would like to also explain a little bit what Better Globe Group is doing. There are several companies. Some is in Norway, and some will be in Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, Sudan, and Ethiopia, which are the 5 countries in East Africa which we are going to work on in the years to come. We have huge goals, and we're going to break world records.
Na tutafanya kazi na wao tupande hiyo 5 billion trees and even more, because that is a way to improve even the weather condition.
Uplifting lives in the African continent through job generation, education, and overall countryside transformation. And all is because of one product, trees. Philippine personality and lifestyle philanthropist Mystica, with the blessing of Better Globe CEO Rino Solberg, has taken up the company's vision and cause and aptly named the movement Better Globe, Better Philippines. The Philippines figured itself in international news in what are known to be nature's worst disasters and humanity's greatest tragedies. The Ormoc flash flood of 1991, Ginsagon landslide of 2006, and Typhoon Ondoy flooding of 2009. All this had strong ecological roots. The Philippines not only needs to get itself out of the red and fight economic poverty, but into the green movement. The Better Globe, Better Philippines program is unique because it doesn't ask you to give away your money. It asks you to support, to plant trees and make a difference. By literally growing your money on trees, backed by both a solid financial model and solid forestry experts, you become a stakeholder, not just of the Philippines and Kenyan environment, but the many millions of lives that you can exponentially help in the next 15 years and beyond. But that is not all. Other specific beneficiaries for every 1,000 pesos goes to the Social Civic Anchor Club in the Philippines and even persons with disabilities. 2 countries, 1 goal. Reforestation for the most part has become an abstract motherhood and often unreal statement. This time the results can be quantifiable and the outcome can be planet-saving, life-changing, and so we start 1 country at a time for the next 15 years. It's going to be Kenya and the Philippines. It sounds ambitious, but as Better Globe's history dictates, it can be done. Better Globe, Better Philippines has 1 product, trees, and 1 goal, better lives. Be part now of the green revolution. Hello and welcome to the pilot episode of my program called The Better Globe Power. Well, I guess everybody's wondering what is this Better Globe Power is all about, but for you to know, I have a very special guest here, and he just came from Norway, and of course he is my CEO chairman. And by the way, this is Mystica for your information. What I'm doing right now, I'm actually the founder and of course the president of Mystica Charity Foundation, and at the same time, the managing director of Better Globe Marketing Philippines Incorporated. And as like I said, I have a very, very important guest today, none other than our CEO and of course the chairman of Better Globe Group, Mr. Rino Solberg from Norway. Yeah!
Thank you very much.
How are you, Mr. Rino?
I'm fine.
Okay, so I gather you are here because you're invited to say something about Better Globe, because this is very, very important for them to know since it's our pilot episode. Okay, can you say something about Better Globe, please?
Yes, I can say that Better Globe is a Norwegian group of company originated from Norway. However, it started up in Kenya already in 2004. And we have a huge goal to eradicate poverty in Africa, and we are doing that in a very special way, because we don't believe in just charity as such. We believe in charity with a touch of business, because we want to make charity systems what you call sustainable. That means it's going on and on and on. And in order to eradicate poverty, we have to help the poor people to make money so they can stand on their own 2 feet. And in fact, I'm sure all of you have heard the old saying that if you give them a fish, they will live for a day. If you teach them how to fish, they can live forever. However, Better Globe, we are thinking even further than that, because we think that we have to create business people out of these poor people so they can sustain their own living, and that's not enough to just teach them how to fish. We will have to teach them also how to process the fish and export the fish and make money in all the kinds of way they want. That is of course just a way of saying it, a way of speaking. We want to get them sustainable for themselves. So we will teach them how to make money, how to make something out of the money they make, and how to run their family in a more business manner.
Okay, so you've mentioned that your aim and goal is to eradicate poverty in Africa. Of course, I understand that that was your initial goal. But since you're already in the Philippines, and as a matter of fact, just like I said a while ago, that I am the managing director. So why did you come here to the Philippines in the first place?
Well, the reason for us to come here is that we know that Asia is a huge market for us to also help poor people. And of course, Better Globe is a tree planting company. So that means we are fighting global warming and helping the environment, and it doesn't matter where we are doing it. But we wanted to look into the Asian market to test it out. So the Philippines was the first choice. And as you correctly said, what are we going to do here? Well, when we met you, you said that, well, I remember it very well the first time we met. You said that it's well and good to eradicate poverty in Africa,
yes.
But in the Philippines, if you're going to be successful here, we have to do something for the Filipino people.
As well.
Yes,
yeah,
as well. And so we were then getting back to the drawing board or a cooking table, whatever you like to say, and we sort of try to find a way that we can hit 2 birds in 1 stone. Help the Africans, as we are doing anyway, and also the Filipinos. So we have created what we call the world's only and first charity system that pays interest.
Yeah.
So this is something we're going to do into the Filipino market also.
Right. Okay, so if they can go and take a look at betterglobeforestry.com, or we just have a new website at this point, and this is the betterglobe.
Asia.
Asia, right? And Mr. Solberg, now that we are going to really implement this, because in full force, because that's what I really wanted. I will be acting as the commander-in-chief right here in order to have this done. Because right now, it's really very important to eradicate poverty, and at the same time to really protect the environment, because that's one of the biggest problems, as a matter of fact, in the Philippines. Floods, typhoons, any other natural disaster that's been going around, okay? So it's very obvious that planting trees is a solution in order to limit all those problems, right? So we have this campaign. So can you say something about this that you have mentioned about?
Yes, I think we're going to mention a little bit more about it, that we have sort of put up the goal to have 12 organizations, bigger organizations, which we will help to fundraise for them in a very, very unique way. So all the organizations we are talking to, Rotary and CCW, and a few other organizations that's going to be in on the project.
And it's going to be all selected ones,
Yeah, we're going to select them
yes.
when we have got them presented to us, and then we're going to pick 12 probably to start with, and then we'll see how we can do.
Right.
In fact, we have created what we call, like I told you a little bit ago, that is what we call the only sustainable charity system that pays interest in the whole world. We have taken the biblical principle of the more you give, the more you get.
Receive,
yes. So we have taken that into practical action. So, for example, 1,000 pesos for 1 tree. then 10% of that will go to the organization, could be Rotary, could be
Or their
CCW,
organization.
their organization.
It's going to be their own choice,
Yeah.
you know, which organization they're
That's
going
right.
to donate the 10%.
Yes,
Okay.
and the 10% will go to them. 90% will go to buy a tree, which we will plant in Kenya, that produce a profit, over 20 years.
Yes. It's just like a saving, and then with 10% profit starting on the 5th year.
Every year.
Every
15
year.
years.
So we're going to be using that for the environment, for the protection of the environment, and to give some jobs also to some Africans. And at the same time, 10% is going to go to a charity foundation or their organization. So I mean, it's going to be helping a lot. Plus, it's not only that, it's going to be generating 10% starting on the 5th year to the 19th year, and then on the 20th year. So what's going to come next?
That's where a really big thing comes in. Because
Okay.
you see, then we're talking about the mahogany trees have been growing for 20 years
Okay,
now.
they're going to harvest that on the 20th
We are
year.
going to cut the tree,
Right.
and we're going to sell the tree, and we're going to give them profit.
Okay,
And that
so
is quite
how
huge.
much is that are you talking
Then,
about?
now
On top of the
now we're
10%
talking
for
about-
15 years.
Yeah, well, now we're talking about 10 times
10 times more.
the 900 they gave.
Oh,
So they're going to get
right.
9,000. So altogether, 1,000 pesos. Over 20 years, they will get 10,000, about 10,000 pesos back.
And what if that 1,000 is actually 100,000? Or all you have to do is multiply that
Multiply.
into 11.5 times.
Correct.
Right? And how much more if they have donated 1 million? All you have to do is always multiply it by 11.5 times,
Yes.
which is really good. Okay, we're going to take a little break, and we're going to be right back after a few reminders.
Batas International Media. www.batasmedia.com. From the Philippines to the world, for the glory of God and service to mankind.
Bagong alyansang tagapagtaguyod ng adhikaing sambayanan.